Hey, Viejo here with my YouTube channel, and this will be lesson number 3 of the basic beginner guitar learning series. And I will have some links to lessons 1 and 2 at the end of this video. In lesson 3, we're going to learn to modify a G and a C chord and then practice them along the song called Love Me Do from the Beatles. The lesson assumes that you know how to play a G, a C, and a D chord, and that you're comfortable moving from one to the other. We will use a modified G chord by adding a D, and so we'll make just our standard G chord. We're going to add our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, right, and making this modified G very pretty sounding. And then we're going to do the same thing to the C chord, make a standard C chord, and we're going to add to that C chord our ring finger on the B string 3rd fret and our pinky on the E high E string on the 3rd fret, making that C, right? And then we are going to practice making sure that they both sound really clean and that we're getting the good tonality from that G and then good tonality from the C, right? And so let's practice that. Just going from 2, 3, 4 and the G to the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back to the G. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back to the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to press the strings with the top of your fingers so that you get really good clean sound. And then again, let's go ahead and practice moving between the 2 chords. And you'll notice that the ring finger and the pinky, which are on the high E string, on the B string, on the 3rd fret, right, they're going to stay still. They're not going to move at all, right? All you're moving is your index finger and your middle finger from that G chord straight down to the C chord, right? And so let's practice that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change to the C, just dropping those 2 notes. Back to the G, just moving them up. We're back to the C. Okay? Pretty neat trick, huh? So this makes it very easy to jump from the G to the C. And I'm going to point out that at this point, this is actually a C with an added 9th. It's a pretty fancy chord. A lot of musicians use this trick. Obviously, George Harrison, writing the song Love Me Do, used that trick as well. But makes it really easy and nice to jump between the 2 chords. All right, so now we're going to look at the rhythm part of the song. And please feel free to stop the video, slow it down, pause it, and practice making sure that you're getting really clean sound out of that and that you're making that change easily. All right, and so we'll go ahead and look at the rhythm pattern, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Love me do, love me do, someone to love, someone like you, someone to love, somebody new. Love me do, love me do. All right. So let's look at the rhythm that will work for you to be able to play Love Me Do from the Beatles, which is just a basic shuffle beat. We will use our thumb on the right hand here to play a hit note, just on a bass note, which is the root of the chord, or the G chord, and then one strum with our 3 fingers on the other hand, right? Okay, so let's practice that. Make sure that the G chord is sounding nice and clean. All right, practice that. Make sure that it's all clean, that you're holding the notes, and then we'll move to the second part of the beat, which is a little more complicated, and this will be played over the C chord. And then we're going to hit one note, bass note, and then we're going to do in down, up, up, down. So it's a bass note, down, up, up, down. Bass note, down, up, up, down. Okay? Bass note, down, bass note, down. To the C chord, bass note, down, up, up, down. Back to the G chord, bass note, down, bass note, down, and back to the C. And that just repeats itself, developing a rhythm to it, okay? So let's take that really slowly and practice it. And this is actually played, each one of them is 4 beats, right? So it's gonna go. Okay, and slow it down, pause the video, but you got to get that connection between the okay? And remember, as I told you, the song actually plays at 146 BPM, so it's going to have to be a little faster than that. But it's okay if you just practice it really slow. So we're going to go ahead and practice it along with the song a little bit. I'm going to slow it down to 96 BPM for the practice and try to keep up with it. We're going to go just over the chorus part of it, which takes this beat right, and pretty much that's over the song, except on the last verse of that, on the last sentence, we're gonna come down here and we're gonna switch to the regular C, and we're gonna do just the same pattern that we were doing over the G chord. All right, so let's go ahead and practice putting together both our 2 beats down in our C together into kind of a shuffle beat. We're going to practice it at 96 BPM, okay? Okay, so here's the metronome going at 96 BPM, and it sounds like it's fast, but it's not. It's actually pretty slow for this song. And so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's at 96 BPM. Go ahead and practice that. And again, if you need to slow it down, or if you're comfortable moving up to the 146 BPM, then go for it. But that is the beat, the shuffle beat, the rhythm that we will use for Love Me Do. And now let's go ahead and move on and practice it with the chorus. All right, so you notice that from our regular pattern of we're jumping to the so please to a straight C in the same pattern that we do over the G, okay? And so it's love me do, you know I love you, I'll always be true, so please love me do, love me do, love me do, you know I love you, I'll always be true, so please love me do. Okay, so you see that we go back to that G pattern in the so please. Stop on the third beat in love me do. Love me do. Okay, so we go from so please. Love me do, love me do, love me do, you know I love you, I'll always be true, so please love me do. All right, so practice that. Is obviously we're getting a little more complicated with the spaces, the silence, and the different patterns that we're going over the chords. But you should be progressing, and this will give you a little target to shoot for. All right, so now we're going to connect the bridge of the song. So connecting the two of them. Again, and we're just going to go to a D chord, but keep that rhythm that we had over the G. So, and then we're going to do two measures of that. And then to a C for one measure, and then to the G for one measure. Okay, so it'll be coming out of our regular verses into someone to love, somebody new, someone to love, someone like you. And it goes back to the love me do. Love me do, love me do, someone to love, somebody new, someone to love, someone like you, and then back to the love. Okay, I will place a link to a document with the words and and chords. Obviously there is an intro little beat with a harmonica, and then there is a instrumental piece in the middle with the harmonica, and it just goes over the same chords with this beat while the harmonica is doing that. But you can just skip all that and just play the song straight through. The important thing is that you get the rhythm right. All right, so hopefully you're kind of keeping up with the learning the pattern. As I said, that modified G chord, the modified D chord makes it so it's very easy, very simple to jump from that G to the C, and that should allow you a little room to get that pattern correctly, okay? As I said, the song though is played at 146 BPM, and so I'm going to show you just a little bit of what it sounds like. Love me do, love me do, someone to love, someone like you, someone to love, somebody new. Love me do, love me do. Okay, so that's the beat at 146. That's what you need to get to. I will put a document link so you can get to the words and the chords for the whole song. There is an introduction with the harmonica. There is also instrumental piece with the harmonica in the middle. You can just skip that. Song actually can be played, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of an upbeat, fun song. Back when they used to write sticky sweet songs. But yeah, so again, please keep really close attention to those chords. Again, this little trick right there, it's just a neat little chord. Many songs are written, many musicians use that C with an added ninth. It has a really neat sound. Pay attention to the difference between that open C chord and then playing that, right, by adding that ninth right there. And then again, practice the metronome, and make sure that you get that pattern, the beat correct with that sort of swing feel to it. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the lesson, that you keep practicing, and if you like the lesson, please give me a thumbs up. Again, subscribe to the channel so that you get new lessons, and write me your comments, your suggestions. I'd be happy to respond with questions, and enjoy.